She was there since the beginning, so I'll never switch. I told her we gon' make it to the top, and when we get up there, I'm not gon' stop loving her. I ain't gon' put no one else above her. She my lady and I wanna show her.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is gonna be me telling y'all how I have been surviving this whole transition to online classes thing. Let's get started. First thing I did was I wrote down all of my due dates and my tests. I mean, I guess this is kind of like a no-brainer. Like I said, now that I've been forcibly made to take my classes online, it's more important for me to write down my due dates, especially because like you just at home and you're not really doing anything. And even though you're at home, those days go by quickly, especially if you're like me and you wake up at 11, 12, 1 o'clock every day. And then by the time you get in the shower and get something to eat, it's 5 o'clock and there's nothing else for you to do and you lose all motivation. Writing down your due dates really helps. In addition to writing down those due dates, I write down my due dates at least 2 to 3 weeks in advance. Depending on what classes you're taking, some work you can get done early and not have to worry about it. It helps you see how much time you have to study for a test. When you can see the due date, you're kind of like, okay, it's getting kind of close. Let me go ahead and get started doing whatever I need to do to complete this assignment or study for this test. I did my easy work first. Like if I knew that an assignment was gonna take me 20 minutes to an hour to do, I would do it. Nobody's trying to sit down 3 and 4 hours trying to do something, especially at this time, at this, what's going on. Like the last thing you want to think about is homework. It's like an easy like learn and dump class. That's what my dad calls it. Like I'm taking intro to theater right now and we have little quizzes. The quizzes take like 10 minutes. Like if a little quiz is gonna take you 10 minutes, then do it, because when that due date rolls around, you're going to forget about it because you already did the quiz. But doing those little 10-minute, 20-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour assignments gives you time to study for your tests. Okay, so number 3 is something that I'm still working on, but not wait until the last minute. Do not wait until the last minute when you know you have had 2 and 3 weeks to do an assignment. Like I said, that's something that I'm still working on, especially because I'm just sitting at home and it's like, oh, I'm sitting here when I could be doing this assignment or studying for this test. So please don't wait until the last minute when you have nothing but time on your hands. The fourth thing that I did was I downloaded the Pulse app. If you don't know what it is, it's basically like you can access all of your school related things. When you first download the app, it asks you for your school password, like your school email and your password. Same thing that you would use for like D2L or Blackboard. It just depends on what school you go to. My school uses D2L, so it asks for your D2L credentials, all that good stuff. And here's what you get of all your classes, and you can access like your D2L or Blackboard homepage straight from the app. So you don't have any, like, you don't have to go in and sign in, because I know my school does like this horrible 2-step verification every time you sign in, and it's so annoying. So I just go to the Pulse app and I log into it, and it also has a calendar of like your due dates, like of all the stuff that's due, and then it has a check mark right next to it, so you know if you've done it or not. And I'm seeing that if you click on the activity that's due, it says like time remaining in days up under that activity, and then you can click on go to activity and then it'll take you straight to it. So that's really been helping me, in addition to writing down my due dates, because it'll give you a notification if something is due, and then when you get a grade on it, it'll give you a notification of that grade. I have like one class that doesn't do that. That's just because my professor doesn't put stuff in D2L that has the announcement on it. It only shows up if your professor puts stuff in D2L. The thing I did was I did not put pressure on myself to get everything done in one day. I cannot stress this enough. Even though there's like a toxic productivity in our culture today where like you have to get everything done in one day, your whole day has to be filled up. You don't have to do that. Especially if you have things that are due like 2 and 3 weeks in advance. I do my work, like the earliest I do my work is like 1 or 2 weeks in advance. Like you don't have to make sure everything is done in one day. Just take it one day at a time, y'all, especially if this is your first time transitioning to online classes, because it's my first time. And at first I wasn't gonna say that I was suffering, but like suffering was right here and I was right here. Like I was so close to suffering, but I'm not gonna lie, it's a new experience for me. And honestly, if the rest of my classes that I have to take before I graduate can have online versions, I would take them, because I feel like this is helping me be more disciplined when it comes to doing my work. Because it's one thing to like go to class, but it's another thing to like be responsible for writing down your due dates and making sure you get that work turned in on time, because no one is gonna help you. I know that I've talked about in previous videos, especially in my college series, like nobody's going to help you when you're like in college with the whole like in-person environment. But when you're doing this online stuff, it's a totally different ball game, and I found that out very quickly. And I would say that I'm taking it pretty well. I've passed a majority of my tests. Well, I passed all my tests actually. And the only thing that's been getting on my nerves is those labs. Those labs are getting on my nerves. But other than that, I've, pretty much been going with the flow, making sure I get all my stuff turned in on time. And I've really started doing my stuff early just because, like I said, like I've been doing my stuff early because I don't from a nap at 8:30 and my stuff is due at 11:59. I've done that twice and it's not cool, so don't do it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. All my social media will be down in the description box, as well as videos that I have uploaded in the past. I really think since this is like related to college stuff, I might put some college videos down there for y'all to watch. So with that being said, I'll see y'all in my next video.